I'm going to be using this little pot mould today, but we're not going to be making a pot. I quite like looking at moulds and seeing if you can do something completely different with them. So let's see if we can make a vase using a pot. I'm going to be using the Let's Resin Magic Pour. I've got two colours from Homeware Designs. I've got chocolate and cinnamon. So let's get started and get some Magic Pour mixed up. Magic Pour is an Eco Resin casting powder that's mixed with water to a ratio of 3:1 by weight. I've been using this quite a while now, so I'm just going to eyeball it and get it to the consistency that I know is correct. So I've just added some water there, and then I'm just going to add the powder to the water. I always find it easier to do it this way rather than adding water to the powder. So let's get this mixed up. That's too runny, so I'm going to add some more powder into there. Get that mixed. So now that's all mixed, I'm going to add 1 drop of the cinnamon, do a drop of that into there, and 1 drop of the chocolate. 1 of that going in, oh, a little bit more than that. I think that's 2 that went in there. And I'm just going to give that a little swish round. And then we're just going to pour this straight into the mould. So with this first mould, I'm going to fill it all the way up to the top. So we do this one first, and then we make our way through all the other layers. So that's that one done. Let's just do the lid as well. Pull that in there. Fill that up. Right, they're all full. Just going to give that a little bit of a tap. Right, so I'll find something for that little bit, and then I'll see you back for demold. This is all cured up now, and with the leftover I just poured my little lion. So let's pop him out first, see how he's looking. Oh, beautiful. Right, let's do the pot next. Let's get the lid out. Careful getting that bit off the top. Pretty, like that. And then let's get this pot out next. Should come out easy enough. Oh, that's looking nice. Let's just pop my mould back in the right way. I don't want to leave them too long in the other way. Right, let's have a look. Oh, very pretty. That looks lovely. Right, so we need to pour another one now. So I'll just mix up some more Magic Pour, and then I'll see you back in a minute. I've mixed up some more of the Magic Pour, and for this one I'm just going to use one of the colours and do it a solid colour. So this is the chocolate. So add a bit of that into there, and then get that thoroughly mixed in. And then we're just going to pour this straight into the mould, but I'm not going to fill this one right to the top because I want to leave it so it's nice and thin at the top, so I can break out that middle section. So I'm just going to make sure I've got it going all down the sides, and then when it gets close to the top I'll stop. Nearly there. Let's just give that a little bit of a tap. Right, I think I'll just add, shall I add a little bit more? Just a touch? No, I think that would do actually. So I'm going to leave it as that. So leave that to cure, and then I'll see you back for demold. This one's all cured up now, so let's pop this one out, see how this is looking. back in the right way. Lovely. Not sure why it's gone darker at the top, but that's still okay. Right, so I'm just going to pop out that bottom section because it's nice and thin. So then that will sit on there. So let's just get a bit more of that off there, I think. Get any of those loose bits off. And then I'll just go round that with our file. Just smooth that over a bit. And there we go. I think that will do. Right, okay. So let's move on to the next one. Oh, it looks quite nice like that, doesn't it? Right, let's do the next one. So I'll get some more magic pour mixed up and then I'll see you back for the next layer. So in this one we're going to use the other colour, which was cinnamon. So let's pop a couple of drops of that into there and then get that one mixed up. And you could just keep going as much as you want doing it like this. Just keep adding more and more on top. But I think I'm going to do 4. So we'll do this one. And then I think the next one we'll do it marbled again. Right, so that's all nicely mixed in. So same again, I'm just going to let that flow down the sides and fill up that mould. It's a nice colour, isn't it? Hopefully I've made up enough. Oh God, I don't think I have. Right, I need to make up some more. Let's just give that a squidge on the sides, because then hopefully that would take that colour on. And then it won't matter so much if I don't get the colour mixture quite right for the next one. Right, so I'll mix up some more. You don't need to see me mixing it up again. So I'll mix up some more, top it up, and then I'll see you back for demold. This is all cured up now, and I did have some left over to make another lion. So there's him. Gorgeous. He can go with the other one. Right, let's pop this one out now. See how this one's looking. Pop that back in the right way. I'll need that again in a minute. And then that's that one. Lovely. So same again, just going to pop out that bottom section and then tidy that up. You don't need to see me doing that again. So I'll do that, and I'll also make another one marbled. So I'll just do that the same way as I did that one, so you don't need to see me doing that for a second time. So I'll see you back when the second one of those is done. This one's all cured up now, and with the leftover Eco, I made a couple of butterflies and just put a little bit of gold edging around there. Right, so let's get this last one out now. See how this one's looking. Oh. Right, that looks lovely. Lovely bit of marbling going on there. So same again, let's pop out that bottom bit and then just tidy that one up with a file. So I'll just do this and then we can start putting it back together. These are all ready to put together now, but first of all I want to seal them all. So I'm going to be using my own homemade natural sealing wax. So, oh, and this is available in my eBay store, and the link is in my description box. So let's get these all sealed first. Just gonna rub it all on. I'll rub it on all of them, let it soak in for a bit, and then buff it off. Oh, and a quick tip, because I've made this sealing wax nice and soft, don't go leaving it in a hot room, and you can always just pop it in the fridge. So I'll just seal all of these inside and out. So just going in the inside there. Oh, and also my splints off. I have broken all of my fingers more than once. So I was hoping that because this was the second time or third I broke my little finger, that it would eventually straighten itself out, but no, it's still wonky, but hey ho, never mind. Right, so I'm just going to seal all of these and then I'll see you back when they're all ready. So now these are all sealed and got a lovely sheen on them, it's time to stick them together. I'm going to use the B7000 glue. So I'm just going to squeeze some of this. I've got this nice little edging round here. So I can squeeze some glue down into that. Just work my way around the outside rim there. I think I do need to put plenty on so it touches or makes contact with the next level. So I'm just going to go around a few times and get plenty on there. I think that would be enough. And then stack that one on top of there. Give that a little squish. And then just do the same with all the others. So I'll work my way around. You don't need to see me doing that 4 times or 3 times. So I'll do this and then I'll see you back for the next bit when these are all dry. This is all dry now. So we've got a nice tall vase, nice deep centre in there now. And I've finished off the little lions and I've just put some magnets on the back of those so they can be little fridge magnets. Right, so let's finish this off. I've got some twine that I've cut up into some strips. I'm going to add this round into the sections there. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue down into that gap there and then add the twine into there and then wrap that round twice and then glue that back down in place at the back there. Oops, that was a bit hot. So that's the first one. So I'm going to do the same with the other 2. So pop that down in there without burning my fingers this time. Let's use a pair of scissors, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? And then wrap that round. Take that round a couple of times and then pop a bit of glue on there and hold that one into place. Use my scissors this time. Just trim off that extra bit there. And then just pop a bit more glue down to hold that into place. So that's that one. So I'll do the same for the other one. You don't need to see me doing that for a 3rd time. So that's all my twine on there. So I think I want to do something matching with the lid. So I think I'll make use of the other 2 butterflies as well. So I'm going to tie some twine around that top little handle section there. Just tie that in a knot. And then I'm going to cut this to 2 different lengths. So let's cut that off there. So that one will go on there and then make that one a little bit longer. So then I'm just going to add a bit of hot glue on the back of there and then attach that for that one. And then do the same with the other butterfly there. So a bit more glue on there. And attach that to there. So that's my two butterflies there. So once that's on the vase there, you've got little butterflies. So it could either be used as a large pot with the lid, or you could use it, now it's nice and tall, put some brushes in there, but I think I want to use it as a vase. So I'm going to pop some flowers in there and a bit of greenery down in the back there. So that's how it's looking. Sorry, you can't see that if I move it back. So that's how it's looking like that. And then we've got a nice little pretty lid if you just want to use it as a little pot. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today. Stay tuned for the pictures at the end, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.
Sunlight gleaming through the pane on my little houseboat domain. Got my molds and colors bright, crafting magic day and night, floating gently on the bay, watching little fishes play. But my mind's on swirls and gleam, living out a crafty dream. Got my epoxy hardener too, mix 'em up a shade of blue, pour it slow with careful hand. Let's start resin in the land. Resin magic on the houseboat, turning plastic into gold. Little trinket, shiny new, crafted just for me and you. From a simple little